Hello and welcome everybody to another Avatar The Last Airbender draft video. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at rank number 3. We had an incredible draft where we drafted basically the perfect Azorius Waterbending deck. It had all the payoffs. It had Aang, which is one of the better rares in the entire format. I mean, it was just such a delight to play that deck. I think the white is a strong color, and I think waterbending is a very strong mechanic. So very, very happy with that. Let's see if we can get another trophy in today's draft video. Now, before we head into this draft, just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Match the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy booster boxes of Avatar The Last Airbender, or you wanted some singles for your collection or for your constructed decks, check out TCGplayer.com. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, head on over to heavyplay.com for all your Match the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. If you need top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and much more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They're also going to be at SCG Con this weekend, so swing by their booth. Tell them Paul sent you for 10% off in person as well. Oh my gosh, this is the card I wanted to open. Yes! And we did it. Wan Shi Tong. Or is it Wan Shi Tong? It could be. Sorry. Blue X, 1/1 Flying Vigilance Flash. Wan Shi Tong enters with plus X1, +1/+1 counters on him, then draw half X cards. I mean, it just draws you cards. It's huge. It's amazing. It's a great top-end finisher. Fire Lord Azula is also quite strong. 4 mana for a 4/4 Firebending Noble. When you cast a spell while Fire Lord Azula is attacking, copy that spell. I think she's also extremely powerful. Iroh's Demonstration is also very powerful, just a good lesson removal effect. Boomy is a really good lesson payoff, and Hama is also an excellent card. So this, and there's also Momo. This pack is actually awesome. Like, all the uncommons are great. There's like 5 awesome uncommons, or 4 awesome uncommons, great rare, but I'm taking Wan Shi Tong. The next person is probably going to take Iroh's Demonstration or maybe Fire Lord Azula, but let's take this. And, you know, obviously this card just goes in any deck, so it doesn't really matter. All I know is I'm going to try to put this and make it work. All right, here we go. What do we want to do? You know, one thing I want to do? I want to draft the Lessons deck. Accumulate Wisdom is such a fun card. 1 in a blue. Look, the floor is Anticipate, right? Look at the top 3 cards, put something into your hand. But if you are a Lessons deck, namely a blue-red deck or a Teamer Lessons deck, this just straight up draws you 3 cards. That upside is incredible, right? The other card here is like Zuko, Exiled Prince. Nice way to get card advantage. Kind of want to be a little more aggressive, but it's a good card. White Lotus Reinforcements is great for the ally strategy. And then for commons, nothing that really comes close. I'm going to take the Accumulate Wisdom here because I want to see if I can draft a great Lessons deck. Now, the important thing, though, is to still make sure you can pick up the cheap interactive lessons. So, namely, the one that we passed, Iroh's Demonstration, the Shock, the 2 damage spell, Lightning Strike. I know it's not a lesson, but you want to pick up all the good cheap interaction because ultimately, like, this is the type of deck that's going to want to have late game inevitability because we have cards like the Wan Shi Tong and Accumulate Wisdom. If we draft enough lessons, we can maybe get there. All right, pack 1, pick 3. No lessons. There's a Watery Grasp, which I actually really do like as an interactive spell. It's cheap as well, which is really nice. You want to just make sure you have a bunch of cheap, good interaction so that you can kind of get to the late game and be able to draw a bunch of cards off the Wisdom and the Wan Shi Tong. So I think for me, I'm either looking at the Watery Grasp or Earth Rumble. Earth Rumble is a more powerful spell. It puts you into blue-green, which is not my favorite color combination in this format, but it is a much more powerful card than the Watery Grasp, so that's what I'm considering here. I'm going to do something unconventional. I'm going to try to cut off blue. I have been pretty impressed with Watery Grasp. Earth Rumble is also good, but I want to just stay blue and keep my options open for a second color a little bit later. I'm not a huge fan of green as a color as well, so let's try the Watery Grasp here. All right, pack 1, pick 4. Nothing in green. We're not seeing a whole lot of red, so perhaps red is not what we want to do. Maybe we're not going to end up drafting the Lessons deck, but that's fine. Hey, we had a lot of success with blue-white waterbending. Why not try to do it again? I think Invasion Reinforcements is amazing. Very powerful card. Certainly better than Pretending Poxbearers because it puts 2 permanents. I like Appa. But it costs 6 mana, and I already have a really expensive late game card. So let's take the Invasion Reinforcements here because it has the most upside and see where we end up going with this start. Look, if I see late, firebending technique and lightning strikes or what have you, I will head in that direction. Red feels like a somewhat overdrafted color. You have a bunch of people who like drafting aggro decks, and you have a bunch of people like drafting the lessons decks. And I mean, look, we got a pick 5 Aang. So pretty straightforward here, right? Pretty straightforward. We're going to be white at least. Maybe we're going to be blue. We'll see based on what we see. But we see a pack 1 pick 5 Aang, which is really, really strong. One of the better uncommons in the format. And there's also Path to Redemption, which, I've looked at the numbers. It's early, but this is also a good card. It's been performing pretty well. Perhaps there's less airbending and sacrifice as you would imagine. And so this card is also performing quite well. But I'm, of course, going to take Aang, the last airbender. All right, pack 1 pick 6. What do we have? There's Avatar Enthusiast and Team Avatar as the cards that I'm looking at. There's also Octopus Form, which is fine. Yip, I don't need to take super highly. I'm going to take Team Avatar. Like, if I go wide, this card's certainly strong. And has far more upside than Avatar Enthusiast and Yip. So let's take Team... This can also double as a removal spell if you end up with enough creatures in your deck. All right, pack 1, pick 7. That is a fairly late Invasion Tactics, although I don't think that card's super strong. I don't think I want to take any of the green cards. I'm not interested in the Treetop Freedom Fighters. I would like to stay blue if possible. I guess I'll just take like an Earth Kingdom Soldier. I don't love the fan unless I have sacrifice outlets for it. So let's just do this. Although now, this is getting interesting, right? Blue certainly seems cut off. And this is a really, really good... sacrifice payoff. So I think I will take this because it has the most upside. And if we do continue getting black cards, that is certainly a direction that I can be okay ending up in. We'll see. Pack 1, pick 9. I do like Compassionate Healer just in general. It's really, really good with Waterbending. If I'm blue-white, I'm going to have Waterbending. And I do think I generally like that over Waterbending lesson. So let's go ahead and take that for another 2-mana card for our deck. All right, pack 1, pick 10. Zuko tabled. Interesting. But so did Lost Days. And I mean, there's a bunch of like red firebending cards, but you know what? I'd rather take the Lost Days and give myself the opportunity to play the Wan Shi Tong than pivot over to red if possible. So let's take the Lost Days here and see where this goes. Now we have the choice between Callous and Spectre, which is a nice card in a sacrifice shell. But Glider Kids is also just like a totally fine filler level card. And if there's one color that's pretty clearly open, it's white. So let's just take this for our deck. All right, pack 1, pick 12. What do we have? We have Geyser Leaper, Sabertooth Mooselion, and Wolfbat. Black-white doesn't draw a lot of cards. I mean, this pack's pretty bad. I'll take the Leaper, I guess. All right, Barrels of Blasting Jelly is not really that playable. And yep, we have 5 good playable cards that are in white. Earth Kingdom Soldier is a fine filler level card. And right now, probably blue, just because we have the Wan Shi Tong. But noting that blue is not super duper open based on what we saw in pack 1. Pack 2, pick 1, we have North Pole Patrol, which I think is a solid card. And I really like casting Fortune Teller as just kind of a nice way to build up a board, especially if you're blue-white and trying to do the waterbending thing. But this is also a waterbender. How much do I like this card? It ramps me as well. You know, the Forecasting Fortune Teller could probably be the pick, but I want to try the uncommon, so let's take it here. I think in blue-white it's kind of close. I think they're both very good, but I just want to try this card. It also works better when you have cards you actually want to ramp into, and I have a Wan Shi Tong in my deck, and a Lost Days, which is kind of an expensive interactive spell, so why don't we take that here? Fairly easy Knowledge Seeker here, just a great creature. 2 mana for a 2/1. When you draw a second card, you put a counter on it, and then also, when it dies, you make a clue, which is also quite strong. Messenger Hawk I like when I'm waterbending, but I'm going to favor the 2-drop here in the Knowledge Seeker. So I guess we're kind of running it back here, back-to-back blue-white decks. Now, Accumulate Wisdom, noting I will not look to play if I'm just blue-white without a lot of lessons. I just don't think it's like... It's fine, it's filler. If you care about lessons, it can be a thing, but it's not something that I actively look to play. All right, pack 2, pick 3. Not a whole lot of blue or white cards. There's a Platypus Bear, but again, we're kind of low on lessons. There's a Guru Pathic, which is also good with lessons, I guess. Maybe, and this has a lot more upside than the Platypus Bear, and there's nothing else in blue or white that I want. So I will take the Gurupathic, noting that there's not like a super high chance that I play it. But, you know, if I somehow end up with enough lessons, then it can find its way into our deck. All right, pack 2, pick 4. We have, I don't like Sokka's Haiku, but I do like Kyoshi Warriors and Messenger Hawk. Which one should I take? I think I'll take the Warriors, especially when I have a card like Team Avatar. This makes multiple permanents. This does as well, but this is just much better stats-wise. So let's take the Warriors, but I could totally believe the Glider being the correct pick out of that pack. All right, pack 2, pick 5. A first-time flyer with not a ton of lessons, so I don't want to take that. Avatar Enthusiast is okay. Is this an ally? No, it's not. Ally, Soldier, Bird Spirit. Okay. Hey Bye is also really... I've been very, very impressed by this card. Especially if you just have like a bunch of things to sacrifice. So I'm going to take the Hey Bye here. Like this deck doesn't really care too much about allies, so I think I'm okay taking the Hey Bye here. All right, pack 2, pick 6. We have Watery Grasp versus Compassionate Healer. And I have been very, very impressed with the Watery Grasp, so I'm just going to take another copy of this. This just allows us to survive into the late game, and we want to get to the late game because we have cards like the Wan Shi Tong. All right, here we're going to take Path to Redemption, so shoring up our removal suite here with double Watery Grasp and Path to Redemption. So this is looking very, very nice. Pack 2, pick 8, there is a Benevolent River Spirit, which I like, or Waterbending Lesson as a card draw effect. I think this card is excellent and a great way to close out games. So let us take the Benevolent River Spirit. I'm going to say it's like a 5-drop on average. It's a really good 5-drop though. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 cards. Pretty happy with this. Earth Kingdom Soldier can certainly get cut here if needed. Here we'll take... I really don't like the Snowballers. I'll take the Battle Fan just because it's a 2-drop that helps me Waterbend, and I think there is certainly value there. I'm going to... I have enough playables. I'm just going to take a rare. I'm just not playing any of those cards. So this one doesn't quite have as many like waterbending things, but we do have a Wan Shi Tong, and that goes a long way, right? And our curve isn't as perfect, but it's still okay. So let's see how this one plays out. The Enthusiast, you need like all allies, and right now we're like some allies, so I don't think that's a card that I would be too excited to play in my deck either. All right, Ba Sing Se. It's green, so I can't take it. What do we have? There's a Boomerang Basics, which can be nice. You normally kind of want to bounce your own things to draw the card. The question is, I mean, bouncing Wan Shi Tong is insane. Or I can take like Watery Grasp, another one, or Water Tribe Captain. It's a lesson. You know what? I'm gonna push the limits of this Watery Grasp stuff. This is just like almost like a hard removal spell. So I put a lot of value in something like this, especially in my deck that's looking to just kind of get to the late game because I have some good ways to close out games. So let's try the Watery Grasp. Let's see how that goes. All right, here though, I am getting pretty high on spells. Team Avatar is fine, but I don't know how good a second copy of it is. I could also just take Jiang Jiang's Deserters as just another fine 2-mana play here. I gotta try the uncommon. All right. I'm trying the uncommon, but I don't know if that one was correct, okay? Full disclosure, like I need to take creatures. Air Nomad Legacy is cool, but I have literally no flyers. How am I blue-white with no flyer? I have 1 flyer, 2 flyers, 3 flyers? No, I need to take creatures. I'm going to take Compassionate Healer. I need to take creatures here. Like, I need 2 drops, and this is a good card for Waterbending as well. Another Tolls of War. Trusty Boomerang is a pretty cool card with Compassionate Healer. I don't want the Avatar Enthusiast, and I think Sandbender Storm is bad. I'm not going to have enough lessons for First-Time Flyer. I don't think Crashing Wave is a good card. I'll take the Boomerang, but I don't think I'm going to play it. Here there is a Kyoshi Warriors. I think Jet is just too hard to cast, so I'm just going to take Kyoshi Warriors here. Like, I have double blue cards as well, so I just don't think that's what I want. Also, going wide is quite good with the team avatar, so I just think this is going to be a very, very solid option for my deck. All right, red-white certainly seems open. That's a late Sun Warriors, but at this point, it's a little too late, noting that I did feel like blue was kind of cut, but when you have Watery Grasp, you try to make it work. That's at least my thought process here. Oh, what do I want here? I don't know. I guess I'll take an Octopus form, although I'm not a huge fan of this card. I guess we'll take the Appa now, just because there's nothing else. So now I mean, again, it's a totally fine, good late game option to play here. And you know how before I said I have too many playables? Well, that's not necessarily the case anymore. So we'll see how this goes. Ooh. Well, if I was mono white, Gather the White Lotus would be interesting, but I'm not. Do I have a Platypus Bear already? I do. But yeah, I'm going to be playing a bunch of islands. I don't think this card's good if you have like half white sword. I mean, I'm not going to play 2 Platypus Bears, so whatever. I guess I'll take it, but I need more cheap things. I need more cheap things. I wish I took the Messenger Hawk over the first Kyoshi Warriors, given how things are playing out right now. I just need, like, creatures. Creatures. And I kind of wish I took the 2-mana 1/3 that makes a clue over the patrol, maybe. Actually, no, I'm okay with that pick, actually. Ramping is pretty good here. All right, we'll take Water Tribe Captain for the mana curve. You know what? I'm honestly happy picking this up. Just, I needed something. Here, this is just too hard to cast. Like, I don't think it's worth it. But I'm not taking anything else, I guess. I don't think this is a Wandering Musician's deck necessarily. I guess I'm more likely to play it than Professor Zell. All right, Airbending Lesson is a pretty cool trick. Kind of interested in that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess this is the deck. Wow, second Tolls of War. We're on 10 allies. Maybe I do have to play the Avatar Enthusiasts. I'll take a look here. I'll take a look. How much waterbending do we have? We don't even have that much. We have like a North Pole Patrol and 3 Watery Grasps. So let's put these in just in case. I don't have enough lessons for Gurupathic. All right, let's just try that. I don't think the Boomerang is something I want to do. All right. Well, you know what? Actually, let's just do it like this. And I think I more or less had it right the way that I had it set up before. Let's see. How much do you want this? X rounded down. So you want to cast this for 6. Then it's a 5/5 that draws you 2 cards. And then whenever an opponent searches their library, it does a thing as well. Okay. "13 allies? Okay, that's not bad. I actually don't think I have enough fodder for Heibai, so I might actually cut this. Cut this, and play something like this. This way I get to keep... Like, the thing is, I just want to make sure that I can curve out well. And so, you know, this isn't like a fantastic card by any means. Oh, this makes an ally too. So that's actually important. So 12 allies plus this is 13. So I kind of would just want to play all of my allies. And then kind of see what I want to be cutting here. So I think I can probably cut this card, right? Let's see. It gives something flying. I don't know. Is this card... Why did they make it cost 6? This should cost like 5 if you want it to be playable. Like 6 is a lot. And all you get is a 4/4 flyer. It's a 6-mana 4/4 flyer. I can airbend a thing I control, which I don't really have. What happens when you airbend Wan Shi Tong? Can I pay the X? You know, it's crazy, but I'm going to cut the Appa. I already have an expensive card here. I want to curve out, and I think this interaction is a little bit better. I just feel like they needed to add a little more juice to this card. Like, this needed to be like, it's a Bison, right? Make it like make it a 4/6 or something. I don't know. As an uncommon, it's definitely got power if you don't kill it, but I just don't think you get enough stats for a 6-mana creature. So let's try this out. We have more white than blue. This all looks good. Although we have double blue cards. We have way more white cards. Let's just try this. All right. Now, before round one starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Lots of incredible discussions already going on with regards to TLA Limited. So if you want to get a leg up on Limited Magic in general and join an awesome community, check it out. I also do monthly videos for the Patreon as well. Once again, patreon.com/paulcheon. Check it out. All right. On the play here. We drew it. We drew it. But it's double blue. We don't have the double blue. But you know what? It's one of those... Wan Shi Tong is one of those cards you want to cast super late anyways. So it's fine. We have a 2-drop and a 3-drop and an Airbending lesson. I do like this hand a fair amount. This... Notably, these are actually the 2 non-allies that we have in our deck. But it's okay. Because we're playing this turn 2 anyways. Ba Sing Se. Alright, we have Glider Kids and the Enthusiast. This is an ally though, so we'll run out the Enthusiast first. Ooh, turn 2 Shared Roots. That's very scary. Especially when you already have a very good mana sink in the Ba Sing Se. But if they do make like a giant land, I can airbend it. Oh no, it's non-land. Oh, damn. Okay. What do you do? Whenever... This is a good start. Turn 3 Beifongs, Bounty Hunters. Whenever a non-land creature you control dies, Earthbend X, where X is that creature's power. Does that counts itself? Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. I don't think we have to deal with it yet, just yet, but it can become problematic. Oh, this is also not an ally. Wow. Okay, what does that do? It's an ally. I don't want it. I want a blue source. That's what I want. We have a lot of removal, though. But this one is going to be... I guess I have the Waterbending removal, so I'll be utilizing that. But if they find a way to, like, sacrifice the Ostrich Horse, that'll be very strong. Like a Bone Splinters or something would be very good. That's a Lost Days, so that is not ideal. What is this? Waterbend 5? That is very expensive. Well, we certainly didn't tap properly. Let's attack here and here, I guess. The question is whether or not I want to just take the trade here. I don't have any more allies in my hand, but I feel like it's probably better to just do this. Okay. That one wasn't really going to grow anyways. All blue cards. Just give me my second blue source, Arena. Be cool. Can you be cool just once? So if I draw an island, can I... Oh, wow. That thing is huge. Well, I drew an island, so they were in fact very cool. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can play this, but I feel like I just want to handle this. But how? I mean, this is the best use of my mana. I kind of want to shuffle this one back in because this is a static effect, but I think it's close. All right, let's just go Lost Days. The nice thing about Lost Days as well is it generates another clue to help me with Waterbending. I'll take another island. Another island would be nice. Alright, Ba Sing Se online. Okay. Oh. I will also take another Watery Grasp. Okay. So let's do this. Oh, it shuffles it back in so they can't draw this thing. Of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. I considered putting Watery Grasp on this, but I would much rather just like deal with some other large monster, right? So. Wow, they have no shortage of just giant monsters. Wow. Fair enough. Oh. Team Avatar is interesting. It's 3 mana to cast. Because that puts my opponent on a pretty quick clock. But I can hold off on it, right? Because I kind of just want to make sure this... Like, I want to kind of... I can play this as a surprise way to kill my opponent. So why don't we just do this? Nothing has reach, right? Okay. Yeah, no shortage of large monsters. Azula always lies. Okay, well, let's just... Alright. Although, I guess I could have waited till their draw step. I mean, if they play another Floopsy here, it's not too bad. June, okay. I wonder what their last card is. Like, do I go for it with the team avatar? Maybe? They might sack this for a clue? I don't know. But they're at 4 life, so they're playing it super conservatively here. I mean, they have 1 card left. The thing is, though, like, it's really hard to lose if I play Benevolent River Spirit, right? And I can just play that instead. So I'm going to just do that. Oh my gosh, I'm going to feel so smart. Oh. Is it worth it to kill that thing? No, right? No. Alright, they take 1. We get the Scry 2. Okay. I'll take the land. So I can play Wan Shi Tong for 2. Alright. Alright. I am really happy with how that played out. And shout out to Watery Grasp. I'm telling you, it is... Like, when I first looked at that card, I thought it was bad. I was wrong. I will fully admit I was wrong. Like, I looked at that card, and I was like, oh my gosh, it doesn't even tap the creature. How good can it be? But the fact that it costs 1 mana is a big deal. And secondly, the fact that you can... Waterbending is, like, not too hard if you build your deck correctly, and it's not too hard to just use this as just a way to just permanently, you know, shuffle something back into your opponent's deck. So I think the card is excellent, and a very, very good card in your Waterbending decks. Man, I thought I was in big trouble. My opponent went, like, Rampant Growth into, like, 4/4 rare into 7/7. Like, that one looked a little dicey. All right, this is a little bit land heavy. 4 lands, but I do have 2 removal spells and a Glider Kid, so, you know, I mean, my deck isn't the most aggressive anyways, and I'm on the play, so I think it's fine. And this is my second opponent going turn 2 Shared Roots, which is obviously always a little bit scary. I'm going to play Glider Kids because it has evasion, and I will keep the River Spirit. I think we can get there. Foggy Swamp Vinebender. Okay. Does that have reach? Nope. Okay. The question is whether or not I want to just Watery Grasp that thing. Like, all my stuff flies anyways. So I'm going to just do it as a good use of my mana. Like, they can just choose not to attack. I'm okay with that. Combustion Technique, sure. Wall top sentries, sure. Okay, so that thing doesn't untap, so that's fine. And now we have a land. We are 1 land short of being able to play the Benevolent River Spirit. So I think what I'm going to do here is cast Lost Days on the sentries, because that puts a clue in play. And did they put it on the bottom? And this just lets us play the River Spirit next turn, even without a land. Oh my gosh, their deck is sweet. I mean, this is an incredible draw. Turn 2 Rampant Growth into 4-drop into Boomy. Holy cow. That thing is a 7/7. 2 cards in hand. Okay. Let's go. I'm just gonna draw now. I want to hit my land drops. I mean, having a land includes the same thing for Waterbending. Hopefully, like, red-green is like where disenchant effects are at their best. So, 4/4. Reach. Okay. Don't want Avatar Enthusiast. Do I want the Knowledge Seeker? It's kind of medium, but it's also kind of fine. I'll keep it, I guess. It replaces itself in the long term. And next turn I can play... next turn I can play Knowledge Seeker, and then exile the Boomy, which I kind of want. This has Ward 2, so they can't use a fight spell if they have it. Now the question is, do I attack into this thing? I don't know. Sure. Alright. Play Knowledge Seeker. Oh, it's just a Lightning Strike? Okay. I wonder what their last card is. Does this trample? It does. Okay. So this is the one I'll probably... Oh my gosh! Gross! Alright. This doesn't have trample. Okay, whew. Each creature controlled with power 4 or greater can't be blocked by more than one creature. Got it. Okay, so it's kind of a race situation. Their deck is incredible, by the way. 4 in the air. Surprised they attack with this. Like, I guess they feel confident in this racing situation. Holy crap. Are you kidding me? Alright, Adora. Your deck is awesome. Good beats. I mean, this is a triple red card in your base green deck, but I guess you have shared roots, and it is a powerful card. Wow. That... Okay. Well, now we're just, like, completely dead. They have way too much, like, beef in their deck. I mean, their curve seems a bit high, doesn't it? Alright, anyways. Oh, it still has trample? What the hell? Oh, they played a land. Damn it. Alright, well, I need to draw out of this anyways, so... That's not... That is not me drawing out of it, by the way. Keep in mind, they're at 6 life, right? So, maybe they make a bad attack. That is certainly the hope. But they're... Yeah. Lots of gas. Lots of gas. Okay, Floopsy into Jet was really strong. Thought we had a shot. Thought we had a shot. Yep, yep. I mean, it's just... Any blocker at this point is very good, so... I need a Wan Shi Tong. I need a Wan Shi Tong. What about Island? What about Island? Damn. This is brutal. I'm at 7. So I need 3 blockers back. Man, Jet provides so much value. The uncommons in this set are unreal, by the way. Like, all the legends are insane. Like, so much of it is just like the uncommons. Oh, man. Okay. Alright. We've seen enough. True Ancestry, getting back Jet to kill a thing to draw them a card. Very strong. Very nice deck, Adora. You beat me down. 1-1. Alright. On the play here, 3 Plains, Compassionate Healer, Avatar Enthusiast, and Kyoshi Warriors. So, totally fine start here. All right. Do not, if you play Rampant Growth, here, or Shared Roots. Okay. Just the Rebellious Captives. That's fine. Okay. I was hoping they didn't have a Quench, but I feel like I just need to be very aggressive with this hand. So I chose to do this over the Knowledge Seekers, knowing that there's a chance they could have Quench. I don't know if that's correct, but I mean, you know, now it's working out, right? Because I'm able to get in for a lot here. But they're going to play something big, but we can start Watery Grasping things away. Wow, nothing? Is this an ally? Alright, no coward. I don't want that. Alright, we'll just play Knowledge Seeker. This is quite the dirtly deck you got there. Okay, there you go. Diligent Zookeeper. Really you know, I am like really considering playing 2 islands. Because none of my white cards are double, and my 2 really good blue cards are double blue. And it has really hindered me. It really has. Okay. It gets Vigilance? Oh, it's on that thing. Sure. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I will play around Quench. Like, if you can afford to, right? I think you should, so let's do it. Scry 2, don't want the land. Do I want Compassionate Healer? Not really. So we'll scry both to the bottom. They're gonna start drawing some cards. Man, blue-white feels a lot worse when you don't have 3 waterbending creatures that draw you cards. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Alright, they're drawing they're really cycling through their deck. Wallop Sentries, sure. Non-land permanent, so that's a land. Gotta think here. I mean, I'm certainly playing Ing. Alright, let's just do that. And I'm going to save Watery Grasp for the sentries. Tough, okay. You gave me more outs to find answers for your wall top sentries. Tough is huge, though. First time flyer. Okay, that's good. Okay, well, you know, double land is not appreciated, I will say. Alright, they're at 1. Let's see what happens. Okay, they gain 2 life. That doesn't do anything. I will block Tough. Well, I don't know what their last card is. Let's do this. Let's take 6. It's another wall tops. They redrew it? Oh, that's gross. And I just drew 3 lands in a row. Can't really attack. Alright. All right, I mean, we have lots of removal spells and good cards to draw. Okay, bouncing. Okay, that was good. That was literally draw 2 cards. So yeah, that was a good draw. We need a good draw. We need a good draw. There we go. That's a good draw. I think they have the 5 mana removal spell. Yeah. Not great. Alright, they have to draw 2 cards to find an answer to the River Spirit. Please, please, nothing. No reach, no flying, no removal. Please? Oh my gosh. Well played by the opponent, man. Well played by the opponent. Oof. Now I like, man, that's the thing. Like, I'm getting kind of flooded here. Like, do I need something else? Do I need a little more oomph? All right, I'm putting one more heavy hitter in, and we'll just, like, cut one of the enthusiasts. And now that I have a double white card, we'll go 9-8. We'll still go 9-8. I just feel like my deck just doesn't have enough late game stuff. Like, I have plenty of things to do early, but I just found myself flooding out a lot. And that happens when you don't have Waterbending, like the 2 mana 2/2 or the Katara. So let's try an Appa. In before Appa in opening hand. Okay, we didn't get it. That's good. Opponent on the play here. We have 3 lands, Invasion Reinforcements, Knowledge Seeker, Lost Days, and Team Avatar. So just a very, very solid hand overall. I'm curious though, like, how often do you think this card wins you more games when you cast it or when you channel it? I mean, part of its strength is obviously its flexibility, right? I'm not even sure which one to play turn 2. I guess it depends on what they do. I guess I'll just pass. Especially with Team Avatar, right? Like, if they play a really good 2 toughness creature, I can kill it. What are you waiting for? What is this? Other creatures you control get +1/+0 whenever another permanent you control leaves the battlefield. That card's insane. Okay. One. So I can't exile it just yet. Playing Team Avatar here doesn't seem particularly strong. Wow, this card's really good. Holy cow. Alright, well. Let's play the Water Tribe Captain. There's the Appa. It would have been the 3 mana 2/2. So this is like when any of their other things dies or leaves the battlefield in any way, which is obviously quite strong. I will be able to deal with it next turn with the Watery Grasp, if my opponent gives me the option. Island would actually be a totally fine draw here. Holy cow. Alright, well, you know, this is some serious action. What is its power? Oh, it's normally a 3/5? I just, my mana doesn't really help me the way that I would like, because I don't have the extra blue. And if I exile this, they get a 2/1. Alright, whatever. Man, they made this thing gigantic. Was it really necessary to... Man, these uncommons are just so sicko. Alright, they make a 1/1 too? Alright. Okay. You know what the thing is, though? Like, if I pacify this, they can still use it to make 1/1s. It's rough. Be quiet. Be quiet, IMD5. Alright, let's attack. 3 cards in hand. Yeah, this is... Airbending lesson is so good. It's okay. This is just a 2/4. It's fine. Okay, we drew a land. That's a 1/3. Get this out of here. Do I want to make a clue, is the question. Or I can draw a card. I'll just do it like this. This just has so much more upside if I can draw multiple cards. Okay, so they're playing that defensively. They have this, which is obviously very strong. Razor rings? Okay. Fair enough. Don't kill the Appa. Gosh. Oh, that's so gross. Alright. That is so gross. The question is whether or not I want to just play this and just, like, put some pressure on them back, or if I would need this to, like... I mean, the Maya is not really that big of a threat here, and I'm not really close to killing this thing. So let's just play it. And then we can, I mean, we can use this to tap down the Sun Warriors. Okay. Let's crack a clue. Another team avatar? That's kind of insane. One card. I mean, the question is just like, is this enough by itself? 6 damage is pretty good. What the hell is this? Yip, yip. So they trade. It's fine. I get a clue. Okay. This is good. I mean, they made this vulnerable, and now all of a sudden they can't make tokens, right? So this is great. All right, let's go. I'll take it. Let me think. If I draw this and play this, yeah, sure. This is interesting because I can't tap this. So should I give up 5 damage to be able to scry and... Yeah, I think I will. Because I have to tap this and 3 other things, right? So let's tap this and start scrying. I think there's a lot of value there. So giving up some damage there to get a scry, gain life, I think is good. Yeah. All right. Very, very happy that we were able to pull that one out. Especially to Mr. Impatient over there. Wow, their deck looked awesome. I mean, the fact that we're able to beat some of these really good decks and starts, like, I feel better about my deck, even though I feel like my... Like, it's weird, because, like, I feel like my deck isn't that strong, but we are still able to beat some really good starts from other decks, so that's always a good feeling. Blue-black. All right, well, if we don't beat them quickly, we're going to lose, because their late game is going to be far superior to ours. I'm going to play this first. This is an ally, so I want to hold off on that. Play the Enthusiast into the Battle Fan if possible. Okay. That's a really good start. North Pole Patrol, quite nice here. They get to ramp now. Next turn, if I don't draw anything, I mean, it kind of depends. Like, I can obviously Watery Grasp. Oh, can I play the fan as well? I think I can do all of it. Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, depends on what else they play here, of course. Oh, well, I kind of want to kill that. I don't want to deal with any sacrifice shenanigans or anything like that. So let's just get rid of that right away. I mean, it kind of cost us 1 mana, right? If you think about it, like, I'd had to tap everything down, but you know what I mean? It was like a convoke removal spell. So getting one of the best uncommons off the battlefield is quite nice. Here, they're probably going to bounce a token. I'm surprised they bounced this thing. Sure. And then can turn this into a 3... Wait. And a Messenger Hawk, okay. Sure. Wait, can they turn this into a 3/3? Oh, but they would have to tap it, so I can still attack. I could play this, but I kind of think playing the Enthusiast is better. And then I'll just put the Grasp on the Pole Patrol. Still a pretty solid spot here. I mean, we have Kyoshi Warriors, which can turn the Avatar Enthusiast into a 4/4, which sets us up for a decent sized attack here. If we draw a land, we can play the Appa. They have 3 cards, down to 2 cards. But so far, like, a reasonably fair matchup. You know what I mean? Nothing too crazy just yet. Got like a couple uncommons here, 1 uncommon here, you know? So whatever happens, happens. Now, if they play a Wan Shi Tong, or wait, I think I have that one too. Then, yeah, sure. Sure. Deadly Precision is fine. I mean, look, they could have paid for it too. It's not a big deal, right? Okay, so we take 6 here. Waterbending's... Oh, that is not something I want to play against. Okay. Okay. Another non-land permanent you control. Might as well airbend the fan, right? You get a little extra value that way. So now my hope is, like, they don't have a removal spell for Appa, because if they do, then all of a sudden, like, everything, like, I have nothing left. Yeah, so that was a disaster. That 100% a disaster there. Hit me for 6, sure. We drew Glider Kids. I mean, I don't have to play this yet, right? Although, playing Battle Fan plus the Warriors makes a lot of sense, just mana-wise. And it gives me a 3/3 that I can use to block the Submersible. Alright, this scroll is going to take over the game if I can't close this out. And it's going to be very difficult to close this out. So we'll see what they do. Okay, that I can handle. Okay, I'm at 5. 1 card. Appa. Let's give this flying. Attack. This blocks. I think that's all I got available to me. So please don't find an answer for the Appa. If they can't, then they're going to have to chump block with the Hawk. So it's going to be a main phase activation of the Waterbending scroll into whatever. And we'll see what happens here. They are at 6, and I do have a pretty wide board. So, but they have 2 cards in hand, and their deck looks very, very solid. Okay, there's another island. So now 1 mana to activate the Waterbending scroll. Again, like I mentioned before, I have to end this game now. Oh, they have Professor's Eye. So they can use that to kill the Appa. But if they get overly aggressive, I can kill them on the attack back. They can get back Deadly Precision or Lost Days. Lost Days is probably better if they're not going to sack anything, because it gives them a treasure, or a clue rather. So let's say they get that back and attack, kill the Appa and attack me with the Hawk. Then what happens? Then I have lethal on the attack back, right? Oh, so they're doing that. They might what if they sacrifice Waterbending Scroll? That would be interesting. I don't know if that by sacrificing an artifact here, it gives them the ability to play another spell this turn as well. So my opponent just like figuring out all the different lines to take here. They can also just pay 5 mana to just straight up kill it. Nope. Okay, so now I feel like I have a little bit more hope with regards to just like making the game go a little bit longer. I don't know though, because it depends. They clearly just have another play here, and that is in Iguana Parrot. All right. All right. Well. They can sacrifice their land to draw a card as well. Oh, that's so nice. I gotta think here. This is a really, really big turn. So this gets blocked here. If I attack with everything, this blocks here, this blocks... What if I put it here and attack with everything? If I attack with everything right now, the parrot can block here, this blocks here, and they just take 5. Parrot blocks here, this blocks here. It doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. All right, well, maybe they'll think it matters. If they just block a 1/1 with the parrot, I am dead. There's no way for me to tap the Compassionate Healer. So my opponent has to see that line. Okay. I mean, I don't even know if I was supposed to move the... I don't even know that I was supposed to move this, to be honest. But here we are. We have Glider Kids, and hope they don't have a removal spell. Team Avatar, we are keeping. Alright, a singular removal spell gets it done here. They have to draw a card and have a removal spell, though. Okay? So they have 4... Okay, here we go. Any removal spell on Glider Kids, and they get me. But if not, I have lethal. Okay, we block. Otter Penguin, okay. Oh my gosh. What a close game. Wow. Oh man. What a close game. Our opponent played to their outs and gave themselves the best opportunity to win that game. I really like the lines that they took, you know, realizing that, look, they can kill me very quickly, sacrifice the artifact, and just try to get me there with the flyer. And it was really close. It was really, really close. You know, maybe if they took the other line, it would have been better. I'm not sure. But wow, that was a really close game. And I'm happy that we won. All right, I forgot that we had this in our deck. But good hand here. We have 3 lands, Knowledge Seeker, Watery Grasp, Kyoshi Warriors, and Wan Shi Tong. And we have multiple 2-drops. We drew a Kyoshi Battle Fan to play here as well. Red-White Aggro, aka the enemy. Let's play Knowledge Seeker. I am happy trading Knowledge Seeker here for their Deserter's Disciple. Hopefully they don't have the 2-mana lesson that exiles. It's like 2 damage or whatever. Or Path to Redemption. That would also be annoying, I guess. But I'm happy just firing off Watery Grasp for 1 mana on like the Disciples and stuff if they find a way to push through damage. Like, we just want to keep our life total super high, then get to 6 lands and cast a Wan Shi Tong. Lightning Strike? Okay. Yeah. That is what we like to call an aggressive line. And I will also take an aggressive line here. Nothing? I really don't know what they can play at instant speed, so I'm just gonna... Alright, now we have a real choice to make here. I can play Avatar Enthusiasts or I can play Kyoshi Warriors. I'm honestly just gonna play this. Sure. Like, yeah, I mean, they would have Lightning Strike this, I guess. But I have a 1-1 left over, you know what I mean? Master Piandao. That is a very good Magic the Gathering card. Let's see. If I play this and this, will I have 5 permanents? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will. Alright, so let's go Watery Grasp, Enthusiasts, and then shuffle this back in. Three cards left. Fire Sages, okay. Gonna land. We have another, so we just want one more to get to Wan Shi Tong. 3 mana to put a counter on this, so they can put a counter here end of turn. It's a Lightning Strike. Sheesh. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now I can attack with this. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure. Like, I really don't know that they want to be attacking into me. They might just activate twice and pass, which is totally fine. So it's a 4-4. Actually, let's play the Glider Kids first to see what we can find off the top. Okay, well, we're certainly going to keep Aang. And then let's just move this over. Hit for 4. They're just on the defensive because I'm so wide. So I still don't think they're going to attack me with the Fire Sages. And then we can airbend the Fire Sages after they put a trillion counters on it, which is very, very good for us. And we still got the Wan Shi Tong! Waiting for land number 6, if and when we get there. How impressive have the Watery Grasps been, though? Seriously. They're not gonna. They're not gonna be happy. Ooh, they could have the whatever, the thing that makes things indestructible or whatever. We'll see. Nope, they're just dead. What is it? The enter the avatar state or something? The white combat trick. We're just gonna be forever rank 3, by the way. All right. Anyways, we are. What are we? 5-1. I'm telling you, this format's got long games. Like, my deck's not even particularly slow, but the games do kind of go on. Alright, opponent choosing to go first. We have 2 islands, 4 white cards, and a North Pole Patrol. I will mulligan. I will keep this. I will... Oof. I'm gonna bottom the 6-drop in my hand. Yeah, let's do that. 3-lander... with the Kyoshi Warriors, Watery Grasp, and Lost Days. A slow hand, but, you know, off of a mulligan to 6, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Alright, another blue-black deck with this hand. Oh, okay, it's more like a blue-black little blue-black tempo deck. It's kind of funny putting it on like a creature already, but like because I have my next 2 turns kind of mapped out, like I have a 3-drop and a 4-drop, this is like my best opportunity to put Watery Grasp on the Penguin, you know what I mean? So, like I can find some moment to like exile this later. Don't have to worry about it right now though. Woo! Why didn't they bounce their Penguin? I think bouncing the Penguin would have been better. Bounce Penguin on the stack, and then make this into a 3-3. I think that would have been much better. But solid curve from the opponent. Invasion Submersible is a premium uncommon. Very good card. The fact that you can tap itself to pay for the Waterbend is huge. And at this point, we're trying to keep our life total high. Ing's Journey, okay. They got a forest and they have a blue-white. Okay, so their deck's not normal. It's like, it's weird though. Like, why do you want to play so many colors and then put like Otter Penguin in your deck? This is like a tempo beatdowny card. You know what I mean? They brood. All right, they're just like all the colors, maximum greed, etc., etc. Okay. I kind of want to keep this at bay. So let's double block here, and then shuffle the penguin back in. Oh, is it the +1/+1 card? I kind of don't want lands anymore. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's get rid of the land. Okay, so they have a Knowledge Seeker and a North Pole Patrol. Let's get this out of here. And then this lets me get another Scry in, which is pretty good. I think I'm going to keep that one. I'm not confident it's going to be like super strong, but it doesn't look bad. Wait, they're just main phase looting right now? Oh, because they want to play the Knowledge Seeker? Okay. That is fine. Okay. Okay, we drew a land. I'm gonna just play this. Being able to scry every turn seems really powerful, and gaining a life, and having just a way to deal a bunch of damage. And I don't think they have like a ton of removal, so I suppose they can tap this, but if they do, then I can just attack with the other creature. I'll keep the Kyoshi Warriors. Very good with Team Avatar. So yeah, let's attack. Gain a life. Hit for 6. Alright, Team Avatar doing some work. They probably should have tapped something, right? I don't know. Hey, but this is a wonderful spot to be in. Like, even if they deal with Team Avatar, even if they... Oh, I guess they have a land in their hand. Sure. Even if they deal with Team Avatar, like, I have a wide board now, and I have Water Tribe Captain, so I'm kind of getting them in a lot of different angles, and their deck is, like, super dirtly. I'm sure they have a good way to close out games, though. But right now, this is just... What happens when one draws too many cards? That's what it feels like we're doing right now. I wonder if they have a sweeper. That's my only concern, right? Because they've drawn so many cards. Like, what if I just exile this and attack with everything? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I can hold this. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I guess. I mean, at this point, like, I'm keeping any, like, permanent, you know what I mean? And this one's, like, not a bad one, because it can tap stuff. But the thing is, like, we're at a point where, like, if they just play, like, a single large creature, I'm okay. Ooh, I bet this card's great. Put a creature card mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Whenever another creature controls, transform Eng. What the hell is this card? These rares. These rares, I say! Land creatures you control have Vigilance 2. At the beginning of combat, Earthbend 2. So they're going to block with the Messenger Hawk, I guess. I mean, I can still just try to get them with flyers, so that's going to be my game plan here. I guess I wish I held on to the Watery Grasp. I didn't expect them to play Eng at the crossroads. My bad. They have so many... What do they think this is? Cube Draft? Like, what is happening here? They still need to find an answer, right? To my flyer? If they don't find an answer to my flyer, they're just dead. They Earthbend, that doesn't matter. I'm at 18 life. Nothing has lifelink. I just tap down Eng and then I think that's it. We'll keep that. Nothing flies, right? Okay. I mean, you're tapped out, so it should be fine. Alright, whew! That's a good card. Eng at the crossroads. That's a good Magic card, I will say. Certainly something worth going 3 colors for. Some cards aren't, but that one definitely is. Alright, again, I mean, we are playing against some powerful stuff, folks. But we are still hanging in there, scrapping, and we are 6-1. I honestly can't believe we're playing for a trophy right now. But we are. Let's go. A great hand here, by the way. Invasion reinforcements into Glider Kids, into Kyoshi Warriors, or Eng. Very good. Turn 2 Knowledge Seeker from the opponent. Let's play Glider Kids and look for a land. If it's not a land, I don't want it. It's a land, so I want it. Alright. Really good aggressive hand here from us. Let's see what they do. Messenger Hawk, yeah, unsurprising. This is a classic start for the blue-black deck as well. Now the question is, what do I want to do? I can play Eng. I can play Kyoshi Warriors. I'm going to hold off on the Eng. I think I'm just going to play the Kyoshi Warriors. Like, if they want to race me, I don't think that's where my opponent's at. So, Messenger Hawk on defense isn't particularly strong. But they do have the ability to pump up their Knowledge Seeker here if they crack the clue. But then they're limiting themselves to only 2 mana as well. So, you know, not a horrible spot to be here for us. Okay, now we're in a bad spot. They just played one of the better rares in the set in Fire Nation Drill. It's a fantastical, magical card. You can tell I'm in love with what they played there. Team Avatar. I mean, doesn't that mean they just have to, like, chump block indefinitely? I can also play Eng, but I don't have anything I really want to airbend. Other than the clue, I guess? All right, I'll hold off on this for now, because there might be a thing I really want to kill. Certainly not going to airbend the Fire Nation Drill, I'll tell you that much. All right, I mean, really good draws from both sides, right? Knowledge Seeker, Messenger Hawk, Fire Nation Drill, and Invasion Reinforcements, Glider Hawk into Warriors into Eng. Pirate Peddlers, that's good. Very annoying. And now is the time where we play this. You might want to chump block this. Or you can take 8. That is also fine. Alright, hey. I mean, if you think about it, Team Avatar basically killed that bird, right? And when you have ways to go wide, like all of a sudden, you're going to have to use removal spells on like derpy little creatures, and that's not a great feeling, right? It looks like they're looking to try to race me at this point. They're hitting me with the Fire Nation drill. I could block, actually. Sure. Like, you know, I mean, there is a world where they can come back, so I don't want to necessarily just straight up die there, right? So... Here's my question. I feel like I should save this to... I should save this for the Aang, right? That's what I should do. So this is still a 2-turn clock, and I want to protect my Aang versus removal. So I'm going to do that. They're stuck on 4 lands. I don't really care about Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper. I just need to make sure that the Aang lives. So I think this is the plan that I like. Should I try to kill it? So they kill 2 tokens, go to 7, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's still a lethal attack, so why don't we do that? And now, it's less likely they have a way to kill the Aang if they use some kind of trick for the Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper. If they use Azula's whatever. But if they don't, I can just save my Aang. Yeah, this is fine. Again, 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh, it's 6 damage. Yeah. This is still fine. Alright, so end of turn, I will airbend this, and then if I can draw any land or creature, I win the game. A second Team Avatar? I think it double triggers. I'm gonna try it. Yeah! Overkill! Kaboom! Alright. Hey! You know, I think my opponent did have a pretty solid Dimir deck, but we had a really fantastic draw. I think white is an extremely strong color. We played against some good decks, but I think ours was also pretty solid. And there we go. There we go. Another trophy with blue-white. Now, this wasn't like the waterbending control deck that we had previously, but, I mean, it still just played out super duper well. I'm really happy with my decision to take these team avatars. I really wasn't sure how this would play out, and it's played out amazingly well, right? I have the invasion reinforcements. I have double Kyoshi warriors. So basically, I know it puts you down a card, but it makes it so that, you know, when you're playing blue-white, you have to play a good curve, and you have to play just like a bunch of creatures, right? And all those creatures are going to be kind of small. And sometimes it's going to be tough to try to find a way to push damage through. And this is the perfect card for that, right? However, at the same time, if you're not really in a position to push damage through and you need to kill something, in a pinch, you can also use this to kill some creatures that you need. So I think this is a very flexible, strong card for any creature-based white deck, which is basically every white deck. So very, very happy with how Team Avatar played out. Wan Shi Tong literally didn't cast it once, but the card is good, trust me. Outside of that, what else was impressive? Well, the Watery Grasps, once again. I think this is just a really good removal spell. And I was so wrong about this. I think this is a card that you should take pretty highly. Dare I say best blue common? I think it's between this and maybe the 2-mana 1/3 that makes a clue. Lost Days is also powerful, but it costs 5, so like maybe the first copy is important, but you don't want too many. But Watery Grasp might actually be blue's best common. If not, it's definitely in the running. It's in the top 3. So shout out to Watery Grasp for doing a ton of work, helping us deal with some really, really problematic creatures. Benevolent River Spirit is impressive, right? Like, if you're playing a Waterbend deck, this is a really good way to kind of close out games. Like, if I didn't have team avatars, like, I would be leaning on these flyers to help me close out the game. So I really like that a lot. What else was quite strong? Outside of that, Aang, obviously insane. This card is amazing. All the legendary creatures at Uncommon are insane. And, you know, by design, right, they want to make it so that the main characters of the storyline are something that you really want in your deck. And guess what, Wizards? You did a great job. Aang, great. Toph, great. Katara, great. Right? They're all great. And yeah, definitely did a ton of work here. And Kyoshi Battlefan. I think this is going to be kind of one of those cards that kind of falls underneath the radar. You know, you look at a lot of the other flashy cards, but in a deck that's looking to do waterbending, the fact that this basically generates you 2 mana is a lot of value. So in a blue-white deck, I feel like you will almost always play the first copy of this, possibly the second, depending on how much waterbending you have in your deck. I think this card is actually quite solid. Even in sacrifice decks, right? Like if you have the Bone Splinters card, you can sacrifice the equipment or the creature and get some value that way as well. But all in all, blue-white seems to be a front runner for one of the strongest archetypes in the format. Boros aggro is also quite strong, but blue-white has a lot of synergies with the waterbending and curving out. Been very, very happy with this. Excited to try all the other archetypes as we continue drafting moving forward. But you know what? I'll take another trophy with the Azorius. This isn't the Azorius deck that I normally draft, but this is more like blue-white play to the board, but it feels really, really powerful. Again, shout out to you, Watery Grasp and Team Avatar. I probably undervalued both of you, but you know what? People can learn, right? And I am also capable of that sometimes. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Also, head on over to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy booster boxes of Avatar: The Last Airbender, or you wanted some singles for your constructed decks, check out TCGplayer.com. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, go to HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more, go to HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow.